Look who it is. It's Shane again. Oh my goodness. Another video with the Shania. That's
Hello, everyone.
that's excitement. Hello, Moto. All right, welcome to Movie Phone.
Welcome to Movie Phone.
Telemundo, blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
Telemundo 33.
Yeah, that.
Sábado Gigante.
Oh boy.
I've had
So,
I've had a little wine.
yeah, yeah. Wine is good. So, Anita pulling thread. I was recently said, "Oh, you need to do a video on Pet Shop Boys." And I'm like, I own three records. Now,
So I don't need to do
yeah,
anything,
I don't need to
but
do anything, but I do what I want. But then I thought that actually could be fun because Shane has, do you have the entire catalog or pretty damn close?
at least everything that's been out so far, I believe.
Okay. So yeah, Shane has, and I thought, well, I can do a Pet Shop Boys video because Shane has everything. So that could be excitement, excitement, excitement. And remind me of some of the albums and kind of remind me of their catalog. I had up until a certain point, I had everything either on CD or digital. Kind of lost, I don't want to say interest, but track, I guess, really in the last
Mm,
for the last few albums. I haven't really been that impressed with some of them, but
yeah,
singles here and there. But yeah, I just thought it could be fun. So I mean, I don't know if we just you want to just start with the first one, or and you can show us what you
we
have, and
certainly
then I'll
can.
show the three that I have.
Yes. So the first album, Please, the beginning of their yes, we all have that one. The beginning of their single worded album titles and not necessarily the beginning of their multi-worded singles.
Yeah, yeah, I have yours is a reissue though. I've got the EMI here. Um,
Um, I don't know. Mine has little pictures on the sleeve. I don't know what it is.
and not even tell you the last time I listened to this. I probably should remedy that.
It is a good album, but it's very, very 80s.
Yeah.
And of course, this was the beginning of the songs where they teach you how to spell because they have SHOPPING for shopping.
Oh, shopping. Yeah, I like I prefer shopping A to Z with
Shop the broccoli.
oh, and we do love to shop the broccoli. We shop at high and low, we shop at to and fro. But yeah, shopping from A to Z with Mickey
Oh
Basil.
yes, Tony Basil.
Tony Mickey. She has a song called Mickey. Yeah, okay, we're not talking about Tony Basil. All right.
Yes.
So then it was actually,
Then
actually,
actually,
actually.
oh, I'm sorry. This is the album with SHOPPING.
Oh,
So,
okay. Sorry. Yeah.
but then they have the song "What Have I Done to Deserve This?" So the beginning of their multi-worded song titles and the spelling titles, and of course, "It's a Sin" and
And
what
that
else?
is
"Heart."
about the time that they because they had the single "What Have I Done to Deserve This" with Dusty Springfield, and
Oh
then they
yeah.
actually produced an album of hers. So it was her comeback album. And I don't know if it came out before or after Liza's, because they kind of did the same thing with Liza.
Yeah, I
And
think it was before Liza's.
both of them are pretty interesting. I had them both at one time on CD and I got rid of them and I'm now trying to find them both on vinyl. I love the Liza Minnelli one. I
Oh yeah, I don't think I've ever heard it.
really, really, really love it. The Dusty one, I feel like it could have been a lot better, and it almost seems like, let me look it up real quick, and you can. So wait, what's the next? Well, Is Introspective next?
Yes, Introspective was their next album, which is kind of weird because to me it was never an actual album because it's only 6 songs and 4 of them are just like remixes of songs that are already out. So I thought it was more like an EP kind of thing, but it's considered an
It
album.
is, yeah.
Um,
There's,
but it has a really, really long version of most of their like Left Eye My Own Devices is like 8 minutes. It has like an entire uh, orchestral thing at the beginning. Of course, I love the Always on My Mind in My House
mhm.
version on this, and I love I Want a Dog,
A
a
chihuahua.
Chihuahua Hua.
He's right over there. Come here. We want a dog. We want a Daisy Chihuahua. She's like, I don't care. I'm sleeping. Okay, so I just looked up Dusty Springfield first. So
Hmm.
Reputation was the album that they produced for her. It came out in 1990. I actually thought it was
Holy cow.
so I'm pretty sure Liza's was first.
Oh.
Because I know hers is from the 80s, and because we are here right now. Oh, not my okay. Results is what Liza's was called. Losing My
Mm.
Mind, Don't Drop the Bombs were singles, Love Pains, So Sorry, I Said, but actually only the year prior, 1989.
Oh
So
wow.
not too much. But that um they did a cover of Twist in My Sobriety,
Oh wow.
which is
That
really
sounds like it would be good.
I really, really like it. There was something, and Chris and Neil wrote almost every single song on that album. Um, let me go back to Dusty just to kind of see. Yeah, they didn't write as many songs on hers, but they did almost the entire Liza. But it's been a long time since I've heard them both. But I
It's
remember
Liza with a Z, not Lisa with an S.
I remember that I liked Liza's better, but I it's my goal to get them both on vinyl at some
Yeah.
but
Yeah, someday I'll get them and I'll listen to them, but
the Liza one's really good. I'm sure we can stream both of them. So
yeah. Yeah, there's no reason I haven't other than I just haven't. All right, so what do we have next? Behavior with a U, thank you.
hmm.
Oh, you have that one? Yay!
um
Behavior.
yes, they're in my opinion, and I argue with someone recently, the same damn person that wanted me to do this video, that this is and will always be my favorite Pet Shop Boys album. This is
But
perfection to me.
I
And
do love this album, and I love a lot of the songs on it. Being Boring is my favorite, probably just because I love singing it. Um,
and yeah, the song my favorite is This Must Be the Place I Waited Years to Leave. I was told it's terrible. I disagree. I
I
think
love that song.
that song though, because I mean, this came out in what? Oh, this has just got the reissue date on it. But
It was
I was still in
probably
high
90 or 91. I don't
91
remember
or something like
exactly,
that. Yeah. Um,
but it was basically, that's the song of our life. We
that's
wanted to
where we
leave. It was
wanted
Snowflake
to
Taylor.
leave. We wanted to get the hell out of there. So it was just like, this is the place I have waited years to leave. Like, I have
Exactly. My
now
whole life.
I am ready to leave. Um, Jealousy, oh, so beautiful at the end.
Jealousy is actually the first song that Neil and Chris ever wrote together.
Oh,
For
really?
some reason, it was never put on an album until Behavior.
Hmm. I did not know that. My October Symphony. How can you expect to be taken seriously? And then remember the remix that they did of that?
Oh yeah, that's an awesome
Like all this
remix.
hip hop. Oh, I love it. I have a lot of Pet Shop Boys in my want list, And the 12-inch single for that is one of them. But I mean, and there's a lot of their albums that I want. I don't know if this was somewhere in between there. This is the only other Pet Shop
Oh yeah,
is the Love Comes.
yeah. I have that in here somewhere.
And it belonged to a DJ or somebody because they see there's little stickers with their handwriting on it there. But
Oh
also now I did not pay $4.99 for this. I'll tell you that right now. I probably paid like 25 cents for it, but
oh yeah,
yeah, I didn't pay $4.99 for this. There's price
yeah.
I did, but somebody paid $4.99 for it. Oh, and it has a song called That's My Impression on it.
That's my impression.
It's the disco
It's
mix.
an obsession.
Yeah, you
Um,
better than me.
yeah. And of course, I guess we're skipping over some of the things that they released in the middle of all these, like their disco remix
Yeah.
albums and their or EPs and that kind of thing. These are just their albums. Um, this is probably my favorite only because this was the song or the album that I played over and over again, played every song on it all the time. Um, and whoa, those are some tiny words that I'm not going to read. It has the cover of Go West
Go
and
West, BS
the
West, life is peaceful there,
the
BS
song by
West.
the Village People that they kind of redid the lyrics a little bit, but it's still an awesome song. Um, I can't remember some of the other songs on there. Yesterday when I was mad, I love that
Right,
song.
prepared to give up everything.
Yeah,
And that's not what was cool about the CD is the cover was like a Lego, like
yeah, it was orange and it had little raised bumps that looked like Lego, and that was
kind
really
of
cool. Oh yeah, I still have it somewhere. I have all my CDs. They're just in a box that I'm not going to go through for a video. So,
so yeah, I need to get this album. I don't know why I don't have it. Can you forgive her? I wouldn't normally do this kind of thing.
mm, "Dreaming of the Queen" is an awesome song.
Uh, Liberation, a different point of view. Yeah. Yesterday when I was
I
mad.
was mad.
Then it was Disco 2, which I just didn't like the remixes on those. Like they're just because they were just very trance and very like
Well, yeah, they were long and extended, and some of them were just a little bit odd. I just remember that that was one of the ones that Lamar used to play over and over again when we first lived together. And
uh,
not that I minded it, but at some point you're just like, okay, come on.
there's like three or four of them, right?
Yeah, they have four so far. Of
Alternative.
course, right after Very, they had Alternative, which is all their B sides, which, as far as I know, is not on vinyl, but I could be
So it
wrong.
has been um let me just
Or their vinyls, their B sides up until that point, because obviously they've had more albums since then.
right. So there was in the UK in
Oh,
1995, there was
I'm sure. I'm sure it's very cheap.
it is a one, two, looks like it's a 3 disc. And currently you can get it for $349.46.
Oh, a mere bag of shells.
Yeah, that would be really cool. That's got some good shit on there. Oh,
Yeah.
Pananero, I don't know how to.
Pananaro. Oh,
And it actually has a
Armani,
single
Armani,
version of I Want a Dog,
Armani. Yeah.
and I like that.
And Disco 2 actually has a really funky remix of I Want a Dog.
Oh, bet she's not your girlfriend.
Oh no,
Oh,
you
and our
didn't
theme
make her
song, we are
happy.
shameless. How does that song
Oh
go?
yes, we will do anything to get our 15 minutes of fame. I
Uh,
love that song.
Yeah, so good. Miserableism,
Miserableism.
so losing my mind, that was one of the songs they did for. Oh, I started playing it. We're gonna get kicked off the air.
Good job.
That was one of the ones they did with Liza. And apparently that's a Stephen Sondheim song.
Yes, I've heard that song before. All right, so now we go into the era of the bilingual. I'm single bilingual.
That is one that I
Aero Discoteca Porky. That's where they are looking for a discotheque, if you please. And single. Sia Vida A, that's the way life is. I love that song. Red Letter Day. Before. Saturday night, forever, forever. Saturday night, Saturday night, Saturday night.
Oh, and apparently on the special edition that had somewhere on it.
Oh yes,
From
somewhere. I love that song. They did the from the
West
um,
Story.
West Side Story.
Mhm.
I remember one of the concerts that I went to with Joni. They started playing that song, and then all of a sudden they left the stage, and I was like, "Oh, did we
The
piss you
show's
off?"
over.
I guess that was their intermission song, but they didn't tell anybody. They just kind of left, and we were like, "Okay, bye."
Rude.
Yeah, I was sad that they didn't finish the song.
And then let's see, we haven't been saying years, but I will now. 1999. Um,
Oh, are we doing
is Nightlife.
the nightlife? This was the strangest cover because it's like one of those things where they were posing for the camera where it was like a long exposure, and then they like would twist their heads so that would get all fuzzy, but the rest of it looks like it's in focus.
That's another one I want to. It's got a lot of good songs on it. I mean, I don't know
Yeah,
what I want, but I can't give it anymore. You only tell me you love me when you're drunk.
yeah, that's my theme song.
And I love, love, love In Denial with Kylie Minogue.
Oh yeah, that's a good song.
So good. And of course, it
Oh,
has New York City Boy on
New York City Boy, where Seventh Avenue meets Broadway.
New York City Boy. But yeah, I just, Neil and Kylie's voices together are just so wonderful. Just so
Yeah.
wish they would have done more. I know
Well,
that.
it was actually a song from the musical that they wrote,
Oh,
and Kylie was helping them like record the songs for
demos or something like that.
yeah, demos or whatever, and they just decided, wow, you're awesome. Can you do it on our albums? They put it
Oh,
on the album.
you know so much more.
Uh, and then, of course, they had Release, which was at the time one of my least favorite albums. I did like Home and Dry. It's a good song,
There's
but
some good songs on there. I
Love
think
is a Catastrophe. That's a fun one. Um,
I felt like
but
I liked London, but I can't remember. I do know
we
that.
were in London.
Yeah, my
Let's do
favorite,
it.
of course, is send me an email and say I love you.
Yeah, that's not a good song. I don't,
It,
that
yeah,
was like the first song where I was just very disappointed. I was just like, why is this on the album?
and then there was Disco 3. That is the greatest hit.
And well, right after release, they also did Pop Art, which was the next, like they had done discography back after Behavior, which was like their first best of singles collection kind of thing. And then they did Pop Art, which is like a two CD um, compilation thing of their singles and best ofs and what have you. Um, and that was like the second one where I was just like, do we need another one of these?
Yeah,
I mean, of course, I bought them because I'm a slave to my
of course.
to my whatever you call this thing, my addiction
I get it.
word. Um, and then what was the next one? Oh yes, this was the one where I was loved it and I was very excited to hear it. Um, uh, this is Fundamental. I don't remember what year this came out.
That came out in 2006.
And it has
I'm
my
with
favorite, the
Stupid.
Sodom and Gomorrah show.
Yeah.
Oh yes, and it does have I'm with Stupid.
And it also another spelling song. Minimal. Minimal.
Minimal.
Minimal.
Or when I sing it, I was like Minimal, minimal.
No, I like it. And that is what my phone sings at me every single time Shane calls.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Um, this has a song that was really good, Casanova in Hell. Um, and that's on their. They had a live album that came out soon after this, and they sang that song with Rufus Wainwright,
Rufus
and I really
Wainwright,
love it.
I remember that. Yeah.
I can't find that on vinyl anywhere. I can't remember even what it's called right now, but
Is it called Concrete?
yes,
Okay.
I found when we were used to,
Robbie
steal.
Williams is on that with them.
Oh yeah,
He does Jello.
remember when you used to steal the MP3 files from the internet or whatever, and I found one that was basically just one long MP3 or one long song. The whole album was one long track, and
Uh,
so I tried to cut out the Pet Shop or the Rufus Wainwright song, and it didn't really work out very well. But
yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Continue on. I'm just looking up something here because I like to Google.
and you do. Um, of course, they house had a song that came out or an album EP thing that came out right after that. It was called Party. It was basically a Brazil release, but it was the first time that the song "It Doesn't Often Snow at Christmas" was
Oh
on an
yeah,
album,
yeah.
which I love that song. And they did the remix hybrid of uh, what's the song with um the wow. Okay, I'm done. um, the song where they sing about the church choir, or Roman Catholic choirs are singing "Be my human, my sword and shield."
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
La Vida. It's called. Yeah.
Coldplay. That's right. Yeah, they did a cover of that song that was intermixed with one of their songs. That's really cool. Um, then they released another thing called Ultimate, which is another best of compilation. You're like, okay, we need another one of those.
Mhm.
Oh, actually, that was all after this album. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. This was Yes, that was released a little bit before those. Um,
Yes, this was out of the newer, and this is Pandemonium on it, which I like that song.
yeah, it has Love, etc. You need more. You need more. You need more. You
Yeah,
need more.
that's a good one. And Johnny Marr was actually part of
Oh
the.
yeah, he did a lot on this album.
I don't know that I realized that. Oh, and it was recorded at Abbey Road. Interesting. Yeah, out of their newer ones. Well, I mean, and this is not really new anymore. This was 2009. But
Mm,
yeah, I don't know much after that I really.
yeah, and after um, all of that, they did Party and Ultimate, and then this is when their next album was Elysium. Um, this is a really good song. It has a lot of good tracks on it, or a really good album. Um, we recorded it with some I just remember watching like a making of thing. It was a vocal group that was very popular, that they did lots of harmonies and stuff like that, and they were like the backup singers for this album. I don't remember what their names are, but I just love listening to this album. Um, or maybe that was, yeah, I think this was it. Probably Leaving is my favorite song. It's the first song. Um, yeah, there's not a lot of this album that is like um, popular.
I
They
just,
didn't release a lot of singles, but
yeah, I'm
it's a
trying,
good album if you just
yeah,
listen to it.
I guess I need to listen to it again. I remember not liking that song Winner, but
Yeah, Winter was a song that was basically a song they did for, I don't know if it was for the Olympics or for something.
oh.
And it's not the worst song, but it's not the best either.
They said when we were trying to think the title, I kept saying if we were George Michael, we'd call the album Deep because tends to give things a direct title. And it is in terms of the sound. So
There you go.
interesting that Neil said that. So
Then it seemed like it was like really soon after then they came out with this album.
so that was
This is
2012. This was 2013. So
yeah, so this is Electric.
on Kenny's birthday,
Mm.
September of 2012, and then July of 13.
Yeah, and this was, it seemed like this was very much just like very dance pop, very techno kind of thing. It wasn't really a singles album, even though they did have a couple of singles. Like they have "Love Is a Bourgeois Construct," which I just love saying bourgeois.
Yeah,
"Fluorescent" was a good song.
I don't really remember.
Um, "Vocal" was a good song, but it was very much like as an album, you're just kind of like, okay, it's a very good dance album, and then you listen to it and you're like, oh. And then this was the album that was really just disappointing to me, and it wasn't like it was horrible, but it was just kind of like it was a dance. There was a lot of dance stuff. It seemed like it was more done without Neil, because it didn't seem like he was really around a lot for the songs. I mean, he did sing in most of them, but it just seemed like it was like, okay, now we need you to come in and sing the song. They had already been created, then they just needed him to do a vocal. Um, I like the Pop Kids. It's a pretty good song. Um, I think Undertow was a single. I don't remember any of the other songs really on it. So,
Yeah, I don't really
yeah,
know much on that one.
yeah.
But there is a remix or something. Inner Sanctum was released on 12-inch vinyl and to celebrate their sold out, blah, 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 blah. The 4-track vinyl featured the Carl Craig C2 Juiced remix. So Carl, my brother and I did a remix
Oh wow!
for Pet Shop Boys. So
And you don't even remember it.
I didn't remember it until I just read about it. So, and they misspelled his name, but
Oh,
I
but
digress.
yeah. And then they released this album. As far as I know, this is their last album so far. This is Hotspot. Um,
Well, what is Agenda? Oh, that's just a single or something. Okay.
yeah. Um, there was the one song on this, Dreamland, I think, is the song that they do with
With Years and Years
Years and Years
with my
Boy.
Ollie.
Ollie, Years and Years
Yeah,
Boy.
yeah, and it could have been so much better, but
Yeah, this was a really disappointing album, and that was one of the things that I was just kind of like, eh.
oh, and that Monkey Business song.
Yeah, it was
And then why
horrible.
do they want to burn my Heather? That's not,
Yeah,
don't burn.
yeah, and this is the agenda thing. This was
Oh,
them being political. This was
oh
them
yeah,
being,
yeah.
I love the song "Give Stupidity a Chance." That was,
Okay, I forgot
the
about
theme
that.
song, the theme song for Donald Trump. Um, of course, I love the song. What are we going to do about the rich? Which, basically foreshadowing that we're going to have another French Revolution and maybe
Mm,
some rich people are going to get beheaded. Who knows?
that could be a good time.
And then I have some other things. This is the So Hard 12-inch and the It's a Sin. Look, I got this one from Stinkweeds.
Oh,
And I thought I must have not brought it with me. I had the one that you showed. Um, they've done a few other things. Obviously, Neo did a lot of stuff with what's his name from New Order, Electric
oh yeah,
or
electronic.
Electronic. And they did this remix thing that was out for Record Store Day one of the years. I don't remember which one. And their most recent collaboration, they did this song with Soft Cell. It's called Purple Zone.
It's
It's
not
not
good,
good.
right? Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't.
It's not a good song. It's mostly Soft Cell
Yeah,
with a little bit of Pet Shop Boys. And
Mark doesn't,
I'm sorry, but Mark Allman has not aged well.
and he doesn't. Mark really used to have one of the most beautiful voices, but he does not sound good anymore.
Yeah.
So that'll probably, get me shot. But the gays, they love their Mark Almond. So
Yeah. And of
I
course, we have
do.
to look forward to in Joan, they're coming out, or June, not Joan. June, they're coming out with Smash,
Oh, yeah,
their
that
latest
huge thing, yeah.
best of
That might be
remix
what I
thing.
just get, huh?
Yeah. I ordered it. Hopefully, it will come soon because I'm tired of waiting.
Yeah.
And basically, the reason that they created this was because the label wanted them to do a re-release of the pop art album, and they were like, well, we've had a lot of stuff to come out since then, and because pop art wasn't on vinyl.
Mhm.
It's like we've had a lot of things that have come out since then, so why don't we just do a whole nother one? So that's why we get Smash.
Nice. Nice.
and they have
Well,
and they have a lot of EPs and stuff. They just had a new one that came out that I just downloaded from the iTunes. That's a really good 5-track EP, but I guess that's not coming out on vinyl, or if it is, maybe it'll be part of a new album. I don't know.
I'll have to look into that.
There's a lot of stuff that they just kind of release randomly, like that Somewhere song was not really on an album. It's
It
just
was
kind
a
of like, oh,
single,
here's
and then they
this.
also, forgot absolutely.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, fabulous.
I'm chanting as
Yeah,
we speak. I
yeah.
swear,
They did a
chanting as we speak, darling.
they did a dance song with that. They did some samples from the Ab Fab TV show.
Absolutely fabulous.
It's really awesome.
I've known you longer than your daughter. Well, this has been fun. And Shane, thank you for sharing your Pet Shop Boy album. Now I need to get more. It is disappointing. I am a disappointment that I only have those three. And I always mean to get them. I just don't because, The
They have
Cure,
a lot of other things.
yeah, they take up my life or Jenny or whatever.
Yes, Dolly.
Yeah, Dolly just takes up the world. She takes up half of my space. So, all right. Well, thank you so much, Shane. Hope
You're
everybody
welcome.
has enjoyed this fun trip through the world of the Pet Shop Boys. And of course, thank
Thanking you.
you. Oh,